puppy.
All right, so we should.
How about Saquon Barkley telling Jameis Winston to go to New York for free agency?
Yeah, no. Good boy. Good boy. Anyways, so we are live. We should be live. Joey, let us know if you could see us live.
I see us.
So we are there. We are live. And one of the best weeks of sports, honestly, who doesn't get excited? Who doesn't get excited for this stuff? That's what I want to know.
What? Who doesn't get excited for the Super Bowl?
Wonderful time of the
Well, we're
year.
getting there. See, that's the thing is we're getting to that wonderful time of year. We're getting to the place we all want to be at, which is a little bit warmer weather, March Madness coming up, baseball starting, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs, everything's starting to come to a head here.
March Madness.
And I mean, before we dive into the Super Bowl, though, there's one thing that has stolen some headlines over the last few days, and we can't not talk about it.
I mean, we probably should record.
We should probably. Well, I mean, that's the podcast. Yeah, I guess. I was gonna do this as like a pre-show, just YouTube.
YouTube
give them a little something extra.
Only gets what's happened in the NBA.
Nah, I guess you're right. We should record it all.
I mean,
all right. So let me kick up some music.
Dive into a topic like that feels wrong. Like it feels
feel
like
naked,
yeah.
bro.
Like,
But that the topic alone though makes you feel a little naked. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird. We'll get into it. Let's play some music. Let's have some fun.
The NFL is rigged.
oh my god, I love it.
It's good to be back, yeah. Back with Joey. Woo! Back with Dave.
Back with Louie.
Back with Louie.
We got some high energy tonight.
Back to have some fun. Talk a little Super Bowl. Mostly Super Bowl tonight, because let's face it, that is the big story. I mean, who doesn't get excited for the game? You know what I mean?
I mean, even if you're not a fan of football, like you get excited for some people get really excited for the commercials. Other people get really excited for the prop bets. Other people get excited for the media row, which I never really understood, but people get excited for it.
And then some people
get asked ridiculous questions by people.
Some off the wall.
And then the most ridiculous thing though. I'm just diving into it. I can't help it. I'm cutting you off.
Dive right in.
We're going in.
Eric's like, I don't want to talk about Super Bowl right now. I want to talk about one of the most asinine trades in the history of sporting. Don't see how it makes much sense.
Well, I mean, everybody out there, every analyst, every pundit says this actually somehow makes the Mavs a better team because apparently that brings in more defense. They needed a big. They needed to do whatever. To me, this is like you said. I wouldn't say asinine, but I would say asshole-ish by
Nico Harris. Never knew that man's name before in my entire life.
Now you're gonna know it forever.
And he is probably doing. I mean, I got a theory on why this happened, so I'll let you continue to go through what happened, and then I'll share my theory.
Well, no, there's concrete proof of what happened, but we'll get into that because I did hear some things and everything lines up to be
Get
one
your
of those
tinfoil hats on, folks.
one of those Anquan Bolden-esque handshake, buddy trades that happens. And well, pretty much they screwed Luka. The Mavs have absolutely screwed Luka. Cost him over $100 million in his next contract. Over $100 million. I think it's over close to 125 because he was eligible to sign Supermax this offseason, which would have been for 5 years. He would have got $345 million.
Can someone explain that one to me?
You have to hit certain benchmarks.
No.
So the
I
NBA,
understand
CBS,
that, but how come just because he's traded, he loses?
Because you're not with the team.
There's
there's
bullcrap.
No.
Yeah. So
It's not bullcrap because it's a way for small markets to keep people.
No, sorry. He has earned those accomplishments himself. So just because him and the team doesn't want to sign him, he gets shipped off.
The whole reason they put this
Nonsense.
in is because small market teams had no chance of re-signing a big.
It's a small market team.
Yes.
No, they aren't, bro.
Compared to the LA teams, the New York teams, yes,
Dallas
they
is
are.
not small market.
In the NBA, they're a small market.
They're 10th, 11th in the market.
Oh, 10th?
That's low.
10th is not low.
That is low. And I'm telling you,
10 out of 30 is low.
But regardless, it's because teams couldn't re-sign players because if you could re-sign them for this, if the Lakers or the Knicks or anybody else could re-sign them for the same money, why the hell are they going to stay in New Orleans? Why the hell are they going to stay? So the only incentive they have is to pay them more money to stay in their home place, to stay in the place. That's the reason.
But regardless,
they screw Luka. They say goodbye, which apparently he had just bought a $15 million house.
I heard that.
Like, he really was, like, taken back by this. And it's an unbelievable trade because what they only got back one first-round pick, and it's a 2029 first-round pick, and AD. And then there were some ancillary players in there, I guess, to make money work or whatever. But like Dave said, it's the biggest trade in basketball that I can remember. I'm trying to remember a bigger one. I can't. Like, I'm trying to remember across sports. There aren't too many that are bigger than this.
Kawhi Leonard to Toronto?
No, not for the haul that came back. I mean, 25 years old. 25.
He's arguably one of the 5 best players in the entire world. He's in the prime of his career. How you trade... I mean, I know he's had injury issues, but he has injury issues because of how he plays. He plays a physical brand of basketball.
We're never going to.
No, he has injury issues too because he has well, are you talking AD or are you talking Luka?
Luka.
Well, Luka also has
he came in diet, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing is like he came in 30, 40 pounds. Like Javier came in like 275 in the training camp. But now I get it. He's tall, but you know that's still a lot of weight for a guy that's supposed to be a more athletic guy on the court. And it definitely slowed him down early in the year. I mean, I think I don't know how you get him to, you know, get on a different offseason program because he's one of these guys, too, that has his own team, talks to his own doctors, like doesn't usually use like the medical staff or anything that the team tells him to do. He does it himself. And so you already have that me first player there. But the one thing I'll say is by going to the Lakers, they're used to dealing with those guys. They've brought in guys like Shaq. They've had guys like Magic. They've traded for guys like Kareem. They've done it all. Now they always end up with the Lakers too, which to me just blows my mind. And then we can get into those tinfoil hats if you want. But I mean, it's really not even a tinfoil hat because apparently, you know, everybody is connected in this situation. The guy who is, I don't know if he's the assistant GM or GM or something down in Dallas. He is connected because he used to work at Nike, so he used to have a shoot, like, you know, you connected with all these guys. So connected with AD, connected with the Lakers, and Rob Pelinka and Kobe, and it's a whole thing. But, Dave, I don't know, you got more insight on this? Because I feel like you do, but it's really not a tinfoil hat theory because the pieces have already been connected, and it was a pretty easy move for these two to make because they were able to call each other and be like, hey, what do you think here?
Look, I think several things. I think... one of the first things that came to my mind was, wow, Jerry found a way to make himself not the most hated man in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I was like, how much input did Jerry have? Like, hey, let's go out there and do something real stupid. Now, I obviously don't think that's really true, but I mean, it is kind of believable. But then also, like, the NBA basically being like, hey, LA, we kind of screwed you over with the Chris Paul trade, 15 years ago, so maybe we'll make up for it with this one. Because the first-round pick, just one first-round pick for Luka Doncic, while you've got, Fox from Sacramento gets traded. They get 3 first-round picks. They get 3 second-round picks.
It was the player going back, too, though.
It was the player going back.
It was AD.
But AD is just as injury-prone, if not more injury-prone than Luka is.
Oh, I get it.
AD's never been in the MVP race. Luka is consistently in the MVP race. So, yeah, maybe 5-6 years ago, we can say, player going back, but AD's just not a guy to me you build a team around. This is not the part of his career. He's more in that Chris Bosh part of his career where it's put great players around him and he can thrive when he doesn't have to do everything. So what is Dallas going to build around AD that's going to put them
nothing? It allows them because in a couple of years they'll be able to get out from under KD and Kyrie, and once they can do that, they reset. That's the whole game plan here. If they re-upped Luka, they were going to be committed to Luka. And I don't think there was something weird going on there where I don't know if it was between him and the front office, him and Cuban, whatever it was. Something wasn't
Cuban's
meshing
not
right
the majority stakeholder.
Yeah, Cuban's nowhere near involved the way
he's minority.
Yeah.
So then maybe it was a front office issue that they had with him. I don't know, but It's definitely one of the biggest trades we've ever seen, and it sets the Lakers up to now have another superstar for the next 10, 12 years. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, right? A lot of people you see saying Dallas got tired of his off-season stuff and his workout routine, his lack of commitment to taking care of himself and his drinking and this, that, the other. Like, so if you remember last year after they won the Western Conference Finals, or before they won the West Conference Finals, Luka was in the hallway having a beer of the stadium after the game, and their GM Collins or whatever came and took the beer out of his hand. And was not very happy about him doing that. They make it to the NBA Finals. Like, this team wasn't far off from having success.
But that success was because of Luka.
Exactly. But they're not far off from it in a very competitive Western Conference. And now you just traded your best piece away. Look, I get it. Kyrie Irving's still a really good player, but he's...
I've heard people make the argument they're a better team now. I don't see that. But I've heard people make that argument because of what AD brings that KD did, or that Luka didn't. You know, especially on the defensive end. But again, injury prone and older, and I mean, although I don't, what's he, 30, 31, 32? Yeah, so what's he got, 3 years left? If that, with the injuries he's got? 4 years?
Yeah, I'd say 3 to 4. I mean, a lot of these
guys. That's what I mean. That's why,
30s.
About then, they can get out from under him and out from under Kyrie, and they can reset the program. And I think maybe that's what they're trying to do here, and they just didn't want to be locked in long-term to Luka. And before Luka held all the cards, before the trade rumors started getting out there, they went and just nipped it in the bud and took the best deal that they thought they were going to get right now. Now, I also think it was because the Pelinka and this guy from the Mavs have a certain type of relationship. They know the players. He knows AD, like blah, blah, blah. I think it was an easier move to make because it was an easier phone call to make. But I think if it would have went to an open market situation and these trade rumors hit, yeah, they would have got a haul back of draft picks and whatever. But at the same time, like, would they have? Like, and like, would it? Because he would have been able to dictate kind of the way Jimmy Butler is now. Like, he wants to be traded, but he only wants to be traded to certain teams. Like, apparently they might have had something going with the Warriors. Blew that up because he told the Warriors flat out, "I'm not resigning." Blah blah blah. So like, before they wanted to get into that kind of situation, I think they just wanted to get out from under it. And
the fact that they only got 1 first-round pick just still to me.
It was like, highway robbery,
but no second-round pick, right? No, like a protected first-round pick in 37. Mm-hmm. Like literally nothing else. LA was just like, oh, here's 1 first-round pick, and Anthony Davis. Like I think there's more to this than what we've already heard about or found out about.
But we're going to find out more in the coming weeks.
You even hear it from NBA players. Like, a lot of NBA players, like, when Durant got asked about it, he's like, I think there's a lot more facts that are still going to come out about this trade because it's just crazy. Like, players around the league are, like, mind-blown because, I mean, that's the respect the guy has. He's that good at the game of basketball. Like,
well, it takes also the power away from the players a little bit, too, because if the GMs now are going to make decisions like this and move forward like this in certain ways, a lot of players now that thought they had the power, this, that, and the other, do they though? Because now you can get traded anywhere. You get like it puts a little bit of fear into certain players. I think like maybe like an Anthony Edwards or whoever. You know, 'cause I already saw him came out. He made a comment saying like, "Listen, please, if you're going to trade me, let me know. Like, please, just let me know."
Yeah, because it sounds like Luka just kind of he saw the writing on the wall, but didn't think it was going to happen, and then.
Gone.
Boom, he finds out. This took the whole NBA world by storm. I mean, this took the world. They even asked Mahomes today, like, how do you feel? And he's like, well, as a Mavericks fan, it really hurts. So, like, I mean, even Mahomes, like, he's being asked about this. So, yeah, this is crazy. I think the people trying to find comparisons, even in different sports, of, like, what kind of trade this was, like, I don't know how you can compare this trade in any other league or in the NBA because not many times is a top-tier player traded for so little, right? Like,
I've heard some people throw out like the Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah, but Dallas traded him away and got like 3 first round. That trade is what helped them turn their whole franchise around with the triples.
Yeah, I can't think of a great comparison. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that's got a good comparison before we move on to what we all really want to talk about today. Because I mean, this news just took everybody.
Requesting a trade?
No, nobody wants that. I've heard some Giants fans out there being like, "Oh, trade Thibodeau for." I don't want him. Let's not bring in that kind of. We got a big game to talk about.
Eric's like a kid on like Christmas Eve. Like, guys, it's here.
Well, I mean, to be honest, this is what it all builds up to. This is the last football game we are going to watch till August, at least. We're not going to
watch the USFL?
Hell no.
We're not going to do USFL segments?
No.
Potential guys.
You know what we're going to be doing instead? We're going to be talking WNBA because nobody talks more WNBA than we do. That's the same time WNBA's on. We're WNBAing it up.
I crack myself up. I really do. It is the big game, though, my friend. And, I mean, when it's all said and done, we know who I'm rooting for.
Little football action, but
that was definitely a little, right? Like that was like real
very
quiet.
Very
it
little.
lasted for like
Super
a
quiet,
tenth of a second, real quiet.
Yeah,
it's about as quiet as Andy Reid here.
Yeah, we're supposed to hear something. I don't think anybody.
No, I don't think
there's nothing going on.
Fuck the Eagles.
How about that?
Okay, yeah, that'll
We'll
work.
play that instead. But I mean, listen, let's dive into the game first. Then we're going to get into prop bets. If anybody's joining us in the chat, if you've got a favorite prop bet, throw it in the chat. We're going to get into all the fun bets. It's a big weekend for gambling, probably the biggest weekend for gambling of the year. I don't know, although maybe March Madness might rival it. It could.
I have no idea.
But because I know a lot of bets are played. A lot of bets are played on March Madness.
That's the thing. I think this is the single most bet on game in
when March Madness
by
is
single
like 2-3
game.
weeks.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like, yeah, you'll see more money in March Madness because
March Madness is right around the corner. Can you guys believe it? We're like a month away from March Madness.
I
cannot wait to get to warmer weather. So by all means, just get me through the next
Dave wants to get to
weeks.
warmer weather because that means he's almost a daddy. That's why.
Oh God, no, that just scares me. That just scares
Real
me.
quick, shout out to Ryan, Timmy, and Mama H in the chat room. And if 32 is too old, Dave, that's what Mama H said.
Yeah, no, 32 in the NBA is too old. 32 in the real world is a nice prime age. And shout out to Ryan. I just texted him. I told him to call yourself if he's free to hop in. So your phone might be ringing, and I hate to bring a biased Eagles fan on here, but I mean I'm a biased Cowboys fan, and I would honestly root for any other team but the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. So pretty biased on my end, I guess you would say, but. Yeah, no, big game. Rematch from 2 years ago, right? Game was a tight game, came down to a field goal.
38-35, I believe.
Yep, with a game-winning field goal being kicked. I think you're going to see something very similar in this game. It really all turned in the Chiefs' favor when the Chiefs linebacker, I think it's Nick Bolton, the inside linebacker, forced the fumble that got returned for a touchdown. Swung the momentum of the game to the Chiefs in favor of the Chiefs, and the game really just stayed on their side. Philly could never. I don't think Philly ever took a lead again after that fumble return. And I think when it boils down to Hurts, and if you get Hurts from the NFC Championship game, I think Philly could actually win this game comfortably. I think if you get Hurts from any other game during these playoffs, I think that the Eagles are in a lot of trouble. So I think that's really. I think Hurts is really your determining factor amongst every player in this game, because Saquon I think is going to do his.
Well,
thing.
you mean that guy that's not a quarterback? The guy that you claim
he's
isn't
the
very
running back
good?
that plays quarterback.
Yeah, the guy that you say isn't very good, but has made 2 out of the last 4 Super Bowls. That guy, not very good.
Well, actually, it's 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, even better.
So,
and he's not that good.
No, and I will continue to say that until
He even made one without Saquon, and he's still not that
Until
good.
you can put the team on his back and he can carry the team, I'm not going to call him a great
The
quarterback.
last Super Bowl they were in, it was because of him they were in the game. He actually had a really good day passing.
Yeah, and he also turned over the ball and caused the game to swing in the Chiefs' favor, and they never looked back. So you like to get you got on guys for turnovers before. Why not this moment? Ryan, my man, I know you're on here with us. I know you got opinions. I know you're
I was
excited.
going to say, Dave, it was actually a questionable holding call that swung the game, but we can agree to disagree on that.
I mean, that's what swung the game against the Commanders.
You know what? I'm tired of hearing about the refs helping out Kansas City so much. I'm tired of hearing it.
Did you see the kid ask Mahomes at the press conference last night?
No, what the kid say?
I saw it on Twitter. I'll send it to you guys. This kid was going around. He asked Travis Kelce, something along the lines. He asked Travis, like, how does it feel to, have the refs helping and all this stuff? And Travis is like, next question. And then Patrick like played along with the kid. And the guy asked me, he goes, so which one's your favorite ref? And which one helped you the most, I think, this year? And Patrick just like gave like answers like all the refs are very helpful in the game. They do the best they can and blah, blah, blah. And this kid just kept going on about Patrick Mahomes. And it was actually kind of funny.
I could see that being entertaining, especially like even Kelsey's facial reaction was probably great. And actually, speaking of the refs, I saw today the head of the referees union came out and like said it's very, very offensive that so many people attack them and accuse them of playing favoritism and all this. I'm like, dude.
Well, it is a little unfair, and I want to get into some of the details of the game here. We're gonna break the game down a little bit before we start getting into the props and all the bets and everything else. But I want to go line by line with you guys real quick because I think this is going to definitively tell you who's going to win the game and why they're going to win the game. Because to me, it's the same as we talked about last year and the last few years that when you break it down, we'll start with the defense. Defensively, who's got the better defense?
They're basically
Eagles.
the same.
I'd say Philly has a better defense, but they're not far
So you
from each other.
Want to give them a slight edge. We'll give the slight edge to Philly because we got 2 votes for Philly there. Special teams we'll call a wash.
Actually, I would say the Chiefs because the kicker.
Butker's missed a few.
The kicker for the Eagles, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. He missed 3 extra points during the playoffs. He missed a couple field goals. Like he's been having to struggle.
Butker struggled though too.
Jake Elliott's been a great kicker. I mean, he hit a lot of pressure kicks in the year they won the Super Bowl. They signed him up the practice squad of the Bengals that year they won the Super Bowl. And this year he's just been struggling. But yeah, I would definitely say that's a small liability. And I was thinking about that the other day or yesterday, actually, like that. I hope to pray to God that doesn't hurt us.
And the other part of special teams I want to bring up, though, rather than just the kickers, is also the return game. I would rather the Chiefs' return game.
Yeah,
I think
I'd give a slight edge to the Chiefs on this one. Yeah.
So then we're going to go offensively. Would you rather have, the Chiefs offense, or not even? We'll go offensive line. Even we'll break it down even a little further. Chiefs offensive line or Philly's offensive line.
Philly.
Eagles.
Okay, I think it's debatable. I call it more 50-50. But that Eagles line that somehow lost the greatest lineman of all time and is just, okay. Anyway,
I would love the show. I'd love
never
to
gonna
play
give
the
that
clip
up
for me where I call Jason Kelce the greatest
receiver wise. Receiver wise, who are you going with? You going with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, or are you going with Xavier Worthy, Juju, all them?
In this combo?
No.
Okay.
Tight ends are the next conversation.
I'm going with Philly.
I would also go Philly. I think it's a clean sweep for Philly on the receiver end. No? Or Joey, you think Chiefs?
I mean, I just think they kind of work. I understand Brown and Smith are the big names, but Hurts really doesn't give them the ball. They run the ball a lot between Hurts and Saquon. So I don't know. What they do, I guess you're right. We'll go Eagles receivers because with the
talent-wise, yeah.
With the Chiefs, it's more based off the tight ends, what they do, and yeah.
Tight end-wise, I think it's going to be a clean sweep for the Chiefs, right?
Goddard's great too, man.
Goddard's great, but he's no Kelce.
No, he's not.
He has the potential to be, but not yet.
He does.
But he's not.
But Goddard's going to be a key to this game.
He may be a key to the game, but I'm just saying, we're just comparing them right now. Would you rather have Kelce or Goddard? You'd rather have Kelce. That's all I'm saying. Now we're going to get to the next level. Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes or would you rather have Jalen Hurts? I think everybody here, shy of maybe Ryan, and I'll hear his argument out, but I think we'd all pick Mahomes, right?
I would choose Mahomes every day of the week, twice on Sunday, twice on Mondays. Well, I guess twice Thursdays.
And then
I'm
Mahomes. Okay.
Ryan,
and Ryan, if you have a case for Hurts, we'll hear it out.
It's not even Hurts. It's just I just don't like Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, well, that's just a bias, and we can all agree we have those. Running back wise, I think we're all going to go Philly. I think Saquon, even though Pacheco and Hunt are great, I think we'd all pick Saquon over the both of them.
Say the same enthusiasm that I would choose Mahomes.
Right?
Shout out to Timmy real quick. He's answering everything.
Let's hear what he says.
Okay. He said special teams, the Chiefs, Eagles, offensive line, but it's close. He'd say that the wide receivers are even. Kelsey is easily better than Goddard, and Mahomes. Hurts is good, but Mahomes is Mahomes.
And I know he's going to agree that Saquon is the pick in the running back category. And now the final category, coaching. You going with Andy Reid or you going Nick Sirianni? And I think as far as the three of us here,
Andy Reid.
We're going Andy Reid. Now, Ryan, do you have a case for Nick Sirianni here?
Big Red.
Big Red. See?
That's not only Andy Reid, but also I would take Spags over Fangio.
Yes.
I think that's a close comparison. But Spags' experience in these huge games and these huge moments.
As a Giant fan, I'm well aware of Spags and what his defenses can do.
He is not scared to call an all-out blitz on 3rd and long with the game on the line.
He is
live
not.
with what comes with it. And Andy Reid trusts him completely. So when you have that I think Spags is your other. Right, what are you going to do to lock down the run game and force Jalen Hurts to beat you with his arm? Because if you do that, that's basically what you watched happen when they had their collapse last year. Teams locked up the run game, forced Jalen Hurts to stay in the pocket, and it did not go well.
So here's where we're going to go with this. We did break down all those categories, pretty much 50-50 for the most part, with the Eagles line, or receivers, this, that, and the other, defense. They had some good points. Chiefs has some good points, so it gets to be pretty even, right? But then you think about it, and really, what are the two most important categories? Coaching and quarterback. They're 1 and 2 on the list. And guess what Kansas City has? The advantage in both of those. And that, to me, is the reason I think, and I'm going to throw it out there, and I'm going to die on this hill, they're three-peating.
Yeah.
Somebody make an argument for something else. That's what I want to hear. Anybody in the chat, if you got an argument different than that, I want to hear it because I'm open to it. To me, when I break it down, it keeps coming back to those factors, and they're clearly ahead in both of those factors. And that's as much love as I've talked with Jalen Hurts.
You're not wrong, man. I bring that up too, coaching, QB, especially coaching. But for some reason, I really like the Eagles in this game. I really do. They are stout up front. And I understand that the Kansas City D is very stout up front themselves with Chris Jones and Karlaftis. But Saquon could take one to the house any play. Any single play.
He could.
Also, their D-line, I think, is a big advantage. The Chiefs' offensive line is kind of weak. They moved their best guard to tackle. And I wonder if this week they're going to move Joe Tooney back to guard. Because you got Jordan Davis and you got Jalen Carter on the inside. And they're coming to eat you, Patrick Mahomes. And you don't have a great line. You don't have the best line. It's a good line. But them two can destroy a game. And Brandon Graham is coming back. And he's looking to make him probably his last game ever. He's trying to make a mark as well. I really like the Eagles in a close game, man. I really, really do. They're the offensive line and defensive line, the trenches, are going to make the difference in this game.
So, yeah, I tend to think it's the QB and the coach. But, I mean, that's where I appreciate the argument, though, because like you're talking about, usually the team that wins the trenches wins the game.
Correct.
So, completely understand the logic and respect the opinion. Dave, what are you thinking?
I want to hear Ryan first.
Hey, my man just took the words out of my mouth. I mean, defense wins championship. I understand, coaching and quarterback, yes. But defense wins championships, okay? That Eagles defense is just ball hawking it right now. Like, if they play the way they have been, like the number one defense, they win the game. They can't, stupid mistakes, obviously. But I think Carter's going to be an animal. He is an animal against that defense. And I think, the cornerbacks that are flying around, if if the Eagles stop Kelsey and Mahomes, they win the game. I know that's kind of no crap, but when you think about it, if you stop Mahomes and Kelsey, you hit Mahomes a couple of times, he gets that Tom Brady syndrome. He gets happy feet. He gets a little, scared back there. And I think I'm not saying he's going to make a lot of mistakes because he doesn't put the ball in harm's way. But I think, he starts getting hit by Carter and Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis. I think he starts to get a little scared back there. Like we said in 17 when the Eagles won, they hit Brady a lot. Brady, that there was a lot of offense scored in that game, but I mean, they did hit Brady a lot. So I think they have to do that same thing and hit Mahomes, hit him a lot. And I think that'll help win the game.
Yeah.
How about that D, baby?
D Reed. Love that. How about that D line? So, I think you guys hit on the most important factors of this game, right? The head coach, the quarterbacks, the trenches. And looking at this game, right, like deep down inside, and I do not want to see the Eagles win. I just don't. With a passion, I without a doubt would happily just accept this year for what it was if the Eagles don't win. Just because everything else has sucked. And then you had the icing on the cake of the Eagles and Commanders playing in the NFC Championship game, and now the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Like, this season has been long enough, and I don't need it to end with an Eagle Super Bowl. But with that said, I think the teams are pretty evenly matched. I think it should be a really good game. And for the Chiefs to have any chance to win, this has to be a tight game. If this turns into the Eagles getting up by 14 and the Chiefs have to fight their way back, they're in trouble. If this is a one-possession game or a tie game going into the fourth quarter, I like the Chiefs' chances. That's how they won 14 of their 15 games, basically. That's how they won pretty much every game.
17 in a row.
Yeah, every game in the playoffs was one. Say again, Ryan?
And every one of their Super Bowls were one-possession games.
I mean, most Super Bowls are one-possession games. Very rarely do you get, blowouts in a Super Bowl. I mean, but with all of that said, right, what the Eagles have done in the last, 16 weeks, regular season, playoffs combined, they just seem to have that this is a special year to them. There's no other way for me to say it. I hate to say it out loud. I hate that I'm saying it on a recorded line. I hate to say it while people can see me on camera.
Say it loud, Dave.
I hate to say it, but I think this year is just a special year for Philly. I think with Saquon and everything falling into place, they were able to stay healthy for the most part. And they even with this win streak, they've had to be battle tested in some of their games. And I just think this is a special year for Philly that sadly is going to end with them hosting the Lombardi Trophy. But God, I hope I'm wrong. So what's funny is I am not a sports bettor, but I am putting money on the Eagles to win. I'm going to place my first ever sports bet on the Super Bowl, and I'm going to put money on the Eagles to win.
It's bad money, I'm telling you. Listen.
It's not bad money.
I'm not putting a lot of money on that.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and you guys know this because I've been preaching it since before the season started. Since the minute they signed Saquon, that this offense was going to be one of the best in the league. That this was going to put them up there as title contenders. I said this all year. I knew it was going to happen. You saw it when that was the one piece they were missing. They had the receivers. They had a good tight end. They needed to get a running back in there, and Swift wasn't doing it. Other guys weren't doing it. So you know what? They went out and made the move to get one of the best, and it paid off for them. Over 2,000 yards on the year. You can't argue with what the man brought to the Eagles. But you're talking about a special year for the Eagles. No team has ever three-peated in the NFL. You're talking as great as Brady was, the four-time champions that were the San Francisco 49ers back in the 80s. When the Steelers went on their run in the 70s, they didn't do it. No team has ever not even the Cowboys in the 90s, has ever won 3 in a row.
No, actually, to kind of add to your point, no team's ever won 2 Super Bowls in a row and made it back to the Super Bowl.
That's not where I was going.
So what they're doing and the mission they're on, because listen, Mahomes is in the prime of his career, but Kelsey's getting older. Andy Reid's getting older.
Kelsey wants to stay.
Chris Jones getting older. That's what he's saying now. And again, it sounds really good now, but if you could three-peat and walk out on top,
I mean,
who doesn't want to go out on top? Who doesn't want
New Orleans getting ready to play in the 3rd Super Bowl? I mean,
he's feeling saucy.
His endorphins are through the roof.
He's again, let the offseason sit in, let his travels and everything as it's time with T Swift. Which, by the way, she will be in full attendance, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a prop bet out there for him to pop the question.
Oh, there is. Actually, I got that on the list of props. There is an actual prop on that.
Bank through these prop bets.
So I think it's like plus 750 that he does.
That's actually way better than I thought it would be.
But last year, I think it was like plus 900. But now that they've had another year together, the odds actually came down a little bit.
Like
because
that he proposes if they win?
Yeah, if they win. Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
So again, but that's one you could put. So we'll get into the prop bets, but we got to get into the main ones first because as close as we're all talking about this game, that's the line. It's a 1.5. KC given a 1.5. It's practically a pick'em game to me. Anything under 2 is like you might as well. What's the point of a line?
Did we lose Ryan?
No, he's still here.
Oh, he's
okay.
I'm there.
No, he's here.
He's just letting Erich do his thing. We all know.
And then we got the total, over under 48.5. So that's a pretty decently high scoring game. But the last time these two played, they scored 68. So you think about it, I bet you a lot of people are probably going to take the over. The overs, I would probably take the over. I think both these offenses can score. See, the thing about Mahomes and that offense, they score quick sometimes. They get the ball and they're like, done. Same thing like you said. Saquon could take it with 1 carry and be gone. Like, it's that fast. I think you're going to have a couple quick scores on either side. I like the over in the game. And like we talked about, it's so close to me, the line doesn't matter. I'm going to take KC. I just really think that they are on a mission. As much as you guys talked about a special year, it's a special year for KC too, as they're trying to do something to break history. So, and I think both teams have something to play for because 2 tragedies that happened in the last week, one involved one city, one involved the other city. So it's like both have a lot of things going on outside of the game of football too in their city. So, yeah, I just look at it as I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a 1-score game. But in a 1-score game, I'm going to take the guys that are a little bit more proven and that I think are just a notch better. Give me Mahomes. Give me Andy Reid. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going to take Philly getting the 1.5, and I'm going to take the over.
Ditto, Dave.
We knew where Ryan was going.
I mean, Ryan, I hope both of us are wrong.
And Joey, what do you got?
I'm sending you my Jason Kelsey jersey for the weekend. Just return it next week, all right?
I mean, if you want to see that thing burned into pieces, you can send it. But I like you too much. I don't want to strain our friendship and do that to you. So you send it at your own risk.
It's a Super Bowl jersey, so I'm not sending that.
Yeah, no, I don't suggest it. It would not. You would not be happy with the end result of that decision. Oh,
Fair
man.
enough.
Right.
Just like if you buy me and Amanda's daughter an Eagles onesie, that thing will be used as nothing but kindling in my fire pit outside.
Why? Just use it as a diaper.
Nah, it doesn't even.
You get
nah.
shot on all day.
My child's skin will never touch anything Eagles, nor will it touch Giant stuff. I thankfully have no Commanders friends, so I don't have to worry about that.
She's
nonsense.
marrying a Philly dude.
I swear to God. She's like, Daddy, I want to go to Penn State. I'm going to meet a guy from Philly who's a diehard Eagle fan. I'd be like, I disown you.
Oh.
Shout out to Tim in the chat. He's taking Kansas City for all the reasons that you said, Eric. Give him Reid, Mahomes, and Kelsey all day. I'm going with the Eagles personally on the money line. I think they have bitter taste in their mouth from the last time they played them a few years ago. They got Saquon now, a real legit threat running back. They have good receivers. What?
I'm laughing because You could have said the same thing about Brady the first time he got beat by Eli, and then Eli just went in and did it again. So
You're not wrong, but I don't know. I
Two different teams, two different eras.
I think this team is actually better than the Giant team that won.
everybody would agree with that.
see what
Nobody would
happens.
call the Giant team that won one of the greatest of all time.
but
they went on a special
They
run.
went an awesome run.
And they did things that because of that awesome run. So
I just don't know, man. It's going to be a great Super Bowl, but I'm going to say 34-27 Eagles.
34-27 Eagles.
Score predictions. All right. So he's also taking the over then. Okay. All right, Ryan, you gonna stick with us on some of these prop bets, bud?
Absolutely. I already have some on a FanDuel.
So I want to
already have
start. I want to start with it's one of my favorite prop bets of the year, bar none. It doesn't matter the sport. I don't know why I love it so much because it doesn't even involve the game. This is pregame. This is the over/under on the national anthem. And the over/under on the national anthem is something that I've usually done handshake bets with friends in the past, like usually, that, the coin toss, whatever. But it's just one that intrigues me because so much research has to go into it. Because you have, whoever's singing the national anthem, usually it's somebody different every year. But to set an over/under, you have to go back, listen to past performances, see how long they've done before. And that's kind of what they've done here. So you guys could help me with this person. I don't know them. I don't know if you know them. But apparently they're a famous somebody or so. I'm an old man though, so I don't know. John Batiste. See John Batiste?
Yeah.
I don't know John
Don't know the
Batiste.
name.
If anybody in the chat or Ryan, if you know who this John Batiste man is,
I'm legitimately Googling him right now.
That's what I was doing.
so apparently he has the over under is set at 121 seconds, so a minute and 1 second, I'm sorry, 2 minutes and 1 second. He's done it before, and he's actually done it in under 2 minutes. But a lot of people expect him, because of his voice and the way he sings, to be a little bit more on the runny side of singing when carrying out some tunes, and he may even play the piano. There's a prop on whether or not he plays the piano when he does the national anthem, or he's not playing the piano, because in the one that he did play the piano was recorded, I forget which event that was for. I have it here on the list somewhere. But the last time he did it, he had the piano and he did it in just under 2 minutes. I think it was like a minute 59 or minute 58. It was literally just under. So it's going to be a very close line. And to be honest, it's the Super Bowl. And I think he may carry it an extra second or two. Even though he has historically done it under by just barely, I'm going to go over the 2 minutes and 1 second.
Taking the over. I'm over with you.
So some people are. I've also seen the line at 2 minutes and a half seconds. So we can go with it. We can go with that line if you want to give the hook there. So, but I think it's still going to be over that 2 minute time period. What do you think, Dave? It's just a fun bet because anybody can bet this. Nobody knows what this guy's going to do.
Yeah, right. It's not even sports related.
It's not. It has nothing to do. It's just, what do you think of this singer? Because listen, there are people tuning into the Super Bowl who have no idea what either of these teams are, can't name a player, but who know who this guy is and are literally holding signs for him in the audience.
Plus 115, which tells me Vegas has a feeling. So, give me the over.
Joey, you got a thought on this? Ryan, you got a thought?
I was just trying to look up the dude. I couldn't find anything that I'm aware of his music. So sorry, John. But give me. You guys are both going over. Give me the under then. Screw it. Let's go against you guys.
Holy crap, Eric.
I'm taking the over.
So we're across the board on the over. I'm going to go yes with over, yes on the piano, and yes, a player will cry or coach.
Oh, 100% cry. There's crying.
Oh, and that's the other one too. So there's one more. So yes, I 100% believe a player will coach or player/coach will cry during the national anthem. I'm with you on that. And what was the other one you said?
That he will play with the piano.
Oh, you say he will play with the piano.
So I'm taking the over, playing with the piano, and tears from a player or coach.
And what about will Taylor Swift be shown during the national anthem?
Oh, during the
Yeah.
national anthem?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Will
think, I
Taylor
don't-
Swift be shown during the national
No, I
anthem?
don't think she will.
It's plus 350 for yes, minus 500 for no. I'm going to take no, to be honest with you, just because I think that the national anthem isn't about Taylor Swift. It should be about whoever is
I
singing
get
it.
the feeling they're going to think the same thing.
So
Now,
players,
what should-
sidelines,
what should be on
coaches,
there
but
is,
not.
Will Donald Trump be shown since he'll be at the game? And that's an outstanding, gargantuan yes.
I think yes.
I don't think she's shown, but did you see do you have the over under on how many times she's shown throughout the game?
I think we have that here. But yeah, no, so
Okay.
hold on. What do you think about the other part of that? Do you think Donald Trump is shown during the national anthem? Because we all said yes. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he will have already talked to whoever works at Game on Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest, I'm gonna go no piano. Because it's kind of hard to like bring all that out, and it's a big instrument. It's not like now keyboard maybe, but like a piano, I don't know. I'm gonna say no to the piano.
Sorry, I was just like
Yeah.
scrolling around looking for other prop bets, and then I realized how many you had, but I got caught on this. Just really quick, and it's
Yeah,
football quote air quotes related. Dude, the Jaguars owner Shahid Khan just bought a brand new 360 million 400-foot yacht. This yacht has 3 pools, 4 fireplaces, a spa, a sauna, a cryo chamber, a gym, a yoga studio, basketball and pickleball courts, a helipad, sleeps 12 people, and also has a crew of 37. Sorry. Like,
how do you only sweep 12 if you got a crew of 37?
because they probably have like 12 master rooms. So you probably sleep more. But yeah, anyway, sorry. That over under of how much I hate him, take the over, because Jesus, that'd be the amount of things you could do
Yeah.
in your life with $350 million.
Yeah.
None of it would involve floating something on a body of water. Well, maybe I'd buy myself a little pontoon boat. But
Well, the other prop bet I wanted to bring up, not to get us away from the boat talk,
No,
which
no, the
is,
boat
I mean,
talk
that
was
boat's
just me
amazing.
bitching
But
about
the other one, pre-game ritual that always happens that I like to bet on, again, usually a handshake bet with friends, is coin toss. So not just heads or tails, but who wins it? Is it going to be Kansas City or the Eagles? So I know a lot of people say tails never fails. I'm going to go heads, though. I don't know why. I'm going to go heads. And I'm going to say that the Eagles win the toss.
see, I'm tails and Eagles. And they're going to defer if that's another part of the prop bet.
No, I don't think that is, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that if they defer or not, but I did see which team wins. So I don't know, Ryan, you got any thoughts on the coin toss?
Chiefs win the coin toss, and it's heads.
All right.
All right. So,
And they defer.
And they defer.
all right, Eric. I think we gotta go a little more round robin on this one.
Well, yeah, so we're gonna
Let's
run through a
Let's
bunch.
bang these out.
We're gonna run through a bunch because these are game related ones that we're gonna run through right now. Will the first play be a run or a pass? I'm going run. Just because, especially if the Eagles get the ball first, I don't see any way that Barkley's not getting the ball first. So I'm going run on first play of the game. I don't know what you guys think, but it is better odds for pass than run.
Well, me and Ryan both said that the Chiefs would end up with the ball to start because the Eagles will win the toss and defer. So I'm gonna actually go with pass because they're gonna want to put the ball in Mahomes'
You might want to put a
it.
couple bucks on that. You can get, not too bad. What do you think?
Go with a run.
Run with the Chiefs. If the Eagles win the toss, they throw the ball in the first play of the game.
Okay. All right. Number of the first touchdown scorer. I thought this one was interesting when I saw it. Over under jersey number being 15.5. So just so you're aware of the ones that are under 15 or 15 or under are Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Kenneth Gainwell, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Juju Smith-Schuster, Isaiah Pacheco, and Patrick Mahomes. Everybody else wearing a jersey number is over. So those are the people. Do you think any of those people score the first touchdown, or do you think the first touchdown comes from somebody else? I'm saying somebody else.
That's an
taking-
interesting
Because
one.
you still have Kelsey, you still have Barkley, you still have Goddard, you still have other people on the other side. I'm going with one of those guys.
That is an unbelievable bet, stat, everything.
That's what we're here to
I'm
do.
gonna-
Give the best prop bets. That's what we're here to do tonight.
I'm going to take the 1 to 15.
All right.
I'm going to take the under.
No, that's the
Yeah.
yeah. So you're going to under. So you're going with one of those players. What about you, Joey?
One of the.
I'm going to take the over. I'm thinking like Saquon or Kelsey will probably do the first touchdown.
What do you think, Dave?
This is one of the most interesting prop bets I have ever seen. I am going to take the over.
Okay.
Yep, give
All
me
right.
the over.
Got a couple overs, couple unders. We're going to keep it moving. Distance of Mahomes' first touchdown pass. Over or under 9.5 yards.
Under.
Over.
Oh, over.
20,
I'm going over. I'm going over.
23 yards.
Damn, Joey's dropping hard numbers. I love it.
Will
It's like
any?
a 15.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Ryan.
It's like a 15-yard pass to Travis. That'll probably be the first touchdown for Patty.
All right. This one I thought was really interesting. Odds are really big either way. Will any 300-pound player score a TD?
That's specific.
So you're talking lineman.
Well, no.
Say,
Go ahead, Brian.
sorry, I already took that bet on FanDuel, so I'm going to say yes because I put bets on any QB any non-QB person to receive a passing touchdown, like a lineman. I put money on that because it's going to happen. I put money on that because that crazy stuff always happens, like the Philly special, like something that happens.
All right. So
I mean,
he's
you
got
could
yes.
say-
I'm going no. I just think it's too improbable. It doesn't usually happen in every Super Bowl. So I'm gonna lean towards no. That's where I would go. I'm not gonna put anything on this because even the no, if I bet like a $10, I'd win like a penny.
Yeah.
I'd win nothing. So it wouldn't even be worth
But
the
if
bet
you
for
get
me.
the yes.
But if you hit the yes is big.
And I'm personally going no. It says any 300-pound player. That doesn't necessarily mean a lineman. The lineman could be 290. He's got to be 300 pounds. So that's got to be like Jordan Davis,
Yeah,
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. Yeah. So I'm going no.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of those linemen aren't 300 pounds.
Yeah.
There's not
like-
many 300-pound
they're
boys
close to
anymore.
And how pissed would you be if you made the bet and the guy that scored was 299?
Yeah,
I'm
right?
going to take the no as well.
All right. Keeping it moving here. Saquon, will he rush for 150 yards? Saquon. Plus 250 for yes, minus 300 for no. Barkley has reached 150 yards 6 times this season, including a 255-yard showcase against the LA Rams in Week 12 and a 205-yard mark in last week's NFC Championship game against Washington.
I'm looking at the next one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was even a thing. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I got some
Give
fun
me
ones.
Saquon to rush 150 yards, bro. That's the only way that they're going to win this game.
Ryan, what do you think? Saquon going for 150?
That's the only way they win, but I agree he does go over 150 yards.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to go.
I think he comes damn close, but I'm going to say no.
I think that's the only way the Eagles win is if he goes over 150. So I'm going to say no because I think that Spags is going to have a defensive plan ready for him. All right. So, and we're going to keep it moving. The next one, Joey kind of peeked at and then was like, oh, this one's an interesting one. I found one. It crosses sports. Who will have more on Super Bowl Sunday? Cade Cunningham, points-wise, or Patrick Mahomes completions? So Cade Cunningham is he's
Detroit.
playing Detroit, but he's playing against Charlotte. And he'd have to score more than Mahomes completion, so it's kind of one of those things. He's a boomer bust kind of player, I think, to begin with, Cade Cunningham, and I think that's kind of why they went with this. So Who's going to have more? Is it more points for Cade Cunningham or more completions for Patrick Mahomes?
What a weird bet. Both are minus 110.
Yeah.
Like, what just a weird bet. I'm going to go with Cunningham, though.
I'm going to go with Cunningham as well. I think that even if Mahomes completes 20 passes, like,
yeah,
I'm going to give it to Cunningham.
Really good, and Detroit relies on him heavily.
So, yeah, I would go Cunningham as well. I don't know. Ryan, you got any thoughts on that one? I know it's a bit of a weird one to throw at you.
Cunningham, I'll take him.
Give me Patrick Mahomes, baby.
Joey said, hey, I'm going
30
all
or 45. He's just going to... Cade Cunningham's coming up with 26 points.
Drops it.
All right. Next one's pretty good, too. Will either team trail by 14 or more points and come back to win? Plus 770 for yes, minus 2,000 for no. This is an interesting one, but it goes back to that it can happen. We watched it happen 25-3.
28
or 28-3, excuse me. And,
Sorry
so
to
we've
all Atlanta fans out there.
So a $20 bet on this one would win you $150. So that's not too bad. And I don't know. To me, I don't think either team trails by 14 or more. I think that's a big number and a big number to come back from. Tom Brady's something special, and what happened to that Falcons collapse. Dan Quinn's not here, so we don't got to worry about that. I don't see either of these teams collapsing after a 14-point lead because I think the Eagles would just rely heavily on the run, eat up the clock. And I think that Mahomes and them wouldn't let up on a 14-point lead either. So I'm going to go no, but it does have me intrigued, but I'm going to go no.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead,
No
Ryan.
for me.
No for Ryan.
No for me.
No for me.
I'm going to also go no, but honestly, I think out of these two teams, Philly is much better equipped to come back from down 14 because of their offense is much more quick strike than Kansas City. Kansas City all year was forced to dink and dunk and slowly work their way down the field. So I think Philly's more likely to be able to be the one that could do it, but I don't think either team does it. But I also don't, like Eric said, I don't think either team goes down 14 too. So. All right, what about what color liquid will be poured on the winning coach?
Hold on, wait. I want to go another game one before we get into that one. I want to go with because you threw one in the chat in our group text here that we didn't hit yet. Over under 14 penalties.
So read the whole thing so everybody listening can understand where this is coming from.
So where it's coming from, Super Bowl referee Tom Torbert finished third among NFL 17 crews in penalties, averaging 14.1 penalties and 118 yards in penalties per game. KC is 5-5 all-time with Tolbert, and the Eagles are 9-4 with a current 5-game winning streak, 2-0 in 2024. KC is 2-0 with Tolbert in the playoffs. That is where this stat comes from. And over under 14 penalties and 118 penalty yards, I'm going to go, and this is going to lean towards the conspiracy theory a little bit, but I'm going to lean over.
Really?
And I'm going to lean over because I think it'll be a call late that people are going to perceive as Kansas City getting their way. And it's going to help Kansas City get that win by just a little bit. So I'm going to go with over, and I'm going to go with over on the yardage too, because again, one big pass interference, and that yardage could get blown up. So give me the over and give me the over.
I'm actually going with the under for both, just because all this talk about the referees and then the refs coming out and saying that they take it personal. I think the refs are going to swallow their whistles a lot this game. So I'm taking the under for both.
I agree, Dave. I think the refs are going to let them play. I think they're taking heat, and they don't want the heat. Not that they need the heat or whatever, but I think they're taking heat just from everybody about the Mahomes effect and all that other stuff. I think they keep the whistles quiet, and I'm going to take the under on both those.
All right. So I just thought that was a pretty interesting one I saw before. Joey? Yeah, what do you think, Joey?
We'll go with the same. We'll go with the under.
Under? Yeah. All right. Now, do you guys...
Before we leave I got a question for you.
Go
if
for
you
it.
don't mind.
Go for it.
So These are three that I saw that I have placed money on. I want your guys' thoughts. Any QB to score a receiving touchdown plus 7,000, yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no, just because it's happened in so many, like the last 2 or 3 Super Bowls. I think coaches are game planning for it now.
Why not throw $5 on it? See what happens.
Either QB to catch a pass from any player plus 2,100.
I'm going no. It would be great if you hit it, but I'm gonna go no because that involves some kind of flea flicker or something. I don't see that working. Not against the Spags defense, and the Eagles defense is too good for that. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm saying if you like the first bet the second bet.
I mean, listen, it might be worth putting 50 cents or $1 on.
I'm being honest, because if you think a QB is going to score, how do you think he's going to score? Probably going to be a catch or something like that.
I would think if a QB scores, he's running it in,
Well,
especially with these two quarterbacks, and because they both run pretty well. They got legs.
but what was the prop bet? It said at plus 7,000. It's not just score a rushing touchdown.
No, it's to catch a receiving touchdown.
Receiving touchdown, so they got to
so
catch
if you
it.
like the plus 7,000 on that, bet the next one because they
Right.
go hand in hand.
I did already.
Any non QB to record a passing touchdown plus 2,400.
I'm going no. Again, it requires one of those flea flickers,
Same
and
thing.
I'm going no.
And I'm all about it. If you like the first 2 bets, sign it up. Keep going.
Sign it up and give DraftKings all your money.
No, I'm not saying
Not
all
a
of your
bad
money,
way
but odds like that. If you like that, there's gonna be a flea flicker, or you know what I mean, just a couple bucks. I'm not saying put a couple $100. Literally, put like $1 or $2 on it.
Yeah, don't bet Bennett's college fund. And if you do, don't admit it on here because it's recorded.
At odds like that, $1 could win you like $20 or $200 or whatever.
So shout out to Fife on this next one that we're gonna do, because he threw it in the chat. I was gonna throw it in, and I actually forgot about it when I threw in those other ones. But glad he threw it in there, so we're gonna shout it out for him. So I think this could be interesting on both sides. What color liquid will be poured on the winning coach? Purple, yellow/green, blue, orange, red/pink, or clear/water. Best odds are for purple plus 100.
How did they know
Yellow and green are plus 200. Blue plus 500. Orange plus 750.
Somebody's got to track the Gatorade colors.
Red, pink. There is, and you could go through and look at that too. The Chiefs poured purple Gatorade in last year's Super Bowl, or in their last 2 Super Bowl victories, and dumped orange back in 2020. It's strange to see clear as the biggest long shot because it's used to live near, or it used to live near top of the board. If you like the Eagles to win the game, a lemon lime bath makes more sense. Actually, I think if the Eagles win the game, I think they give a giant FU and dump blue. FU to the Giants.
See, I would have said red to the Chiefs.
No, I think they go blue because they're going to go, Saquon, for you, buddy. I think that's what they're going to do. So that's where I think, as a Chiefs supporter this weekend, I'm going to go with one of those other colors. And they did, the last 2 were purple. I think they go for the three-peat with purple. And I know it's the number 1 odds, but I think that's kind of what they're going to go. I'm going to put a couple dollars down on blue. I'm going to be honest with you, because I think blue could, as a big FU if the Eagles win this. I might even put $1 down on orange because they have done orange before. So I don't think they're going to use the lemon lime green. I'm going to be honest with you. So that's just where I'm at. I don't know. You guys got thoughts on the Gatorade bath?
Red, pink for me.
Red, pink for Dave.
I got no thoughts, so I'm just going with orange at plus 750.
All right.
That's it.
I've hit this in a couple years in the
I
past.
hit it at
Ryan,
2020 with the
Ryan,
orange.
what color do you think the Eagles are dumping?
I think they just used orange at the championship game. So I'm going orange.
All right.
All right.
Going
we got,
orange.
Yeah, we got blue, we got orange, we got red, we got, all right.
Let's go, Orange. Let's go.
So now we're going to get into one for the halftime.
Oh, jeez.
Kendrick Lamar show props for Super Bowl 59. So over or under 10 and a half songs in the set.
Give me
So-
give me the under.
The number in the halftime show in the songs have ranged from 9 to 15. So 9 in 2021, 15 in 2022, with last year's show featuring 10. So you're going over the 10 and a half?
No, I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under.
And Joey's taking the under. What do you think, Ryan?
Usher did 10 songs last year.
Yep.
I'm doing under. Yeah.
I
Give me the-
I don't think Lamar has as many pop-ish songs, and that's what he's got to stay focused around for this type of show. So I think the under's your safer bet.
So we know SZA is coming out and joining him for the halftime show. Is that how you say it? Is that SZA?
SZA.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, coming out already. But there's also other wagers on will anybody else come out as a celebrity guest appearance. The ones being listed are Baby Keem at plus 110, Lil Wayne at plus 164, Future at plus 184, Metro Boomin at plus 184, and J-Rock at plus 205, among others.
Anybody.
The most popular halftime show wager will be the first song played. But I don't know, before we get into the first song played, you guys got any thoughts here on some of these?
Give me Lil Wayne at plus 164, because a lot of people thought he was going to be the one that did the halftime show this year. So give me Lil Wayne.
Give me Future for the hell of it.
Ryan wants Metro Boomin.
Oh, did he
I
drop?
don't even know.
No, I just was being a wise ass because I don't know who Metro Boomin is. But
Me either.
I'll take Lil Wayne.
I was going to go Lil Wayne too, just because he's the biggest name on this list, in my opinion. So if you're going to bring somebody out, you're going to bring somebody out for a wow factor. I think he would be more of that wow factor than... I got to be honest, I'm with you, Dave. Metro Boomin came out, I'd be like, who are those background dancers? I'd be like, I don't know.
No offense, Metro Boomin.
But yeah, and I got to be honest, but I'm a boomer at this point. Like, I don't know the young
I don't
people.
either.
I watched the Grammys the other night, not to get off topic, but like, I got to be honest, that's how I know I'm old, is because I don't know anybody anymore.
Same.
So, but
How
either,
about Kanye outfit?
what was that about Kanye?
I said, what about his girl's outfit that she had
Oh,
on?
well, what outfit? Like, there was no outfit. It was took off the fur coat and there's the show. It was the birthday suit. She rocked the birthday suit. I mean, you could tell. You could try to say she had some mesh thing on. I'm sorry. There was zero. Like, you saw everything. You were right there. Everybody was front row for
you got a free show.
Isn't that just her typical Tuesday outfit?
I think so. I don't know. Kanye's a weird dude. So whatever they call him, he's in his own world.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He lives in
That's
that
an
world.
understatement.
You know,
There's a lot of CTE going on with that guy.
there's a lot of stuff going on with that guy. But anyway, to pull us back into the show here, perhaps like as we were talking about before, one of the bigger wagers is going to be what is the first song played. The top candidates are Humble at plus 160, Not Like Us at plus 380, and King
Kunta.
King Kunta at plus 430. Lamar, I don't know. You guys got a thought on first song for Lamar? I'm going to go with the Not Like Us just because that's the, biggest song of the year. So I think he may lead with it, but maybe he ends with it. I don't know.
I'm going King Kunta just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I'll take King Kunta because I know nothing about Lamar.
Best odds are on King Kunta.
Yeah,
No,
I know nothing about.
Yeah, they are plus 430.
That's not the best odds. Those are the worst odds.
That's the best payout.
No, it's the best payout.
You said best odds.
You said best odds.
Best odds are Humble.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I meant best payout would be Kunta. That's what I meant.
Like you said, he's a boomer. It's starting to go.
Starting to go. I meant biggest payout. Is what I meant.
I think it's either going to be Humble or Not Like Us. I have no idea. I don't know a lot of his songs. I do apologize because he killed it at the Grammys. I think he won.
He swept every category
he
he
won
was in.
5 Grammys for Not Like Us. So I'll go with
All
that
on
one.
a diss track, too. which I think is funny.
Well, yeah, him going after Drake was
Any
huge
chance
for him.
Drake is going to be at the Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Is it because he's performing? Because I feel like otherwise Drake would be there.
I mean, he's got the money for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does. So moving on though, some Taylor Swift prop bets here.
Crap. Are we going through all of these?
No, these are just other ones. We could just again rapid fire some of these. Some of these we already did, like the any QB to score receiving TD. Some of these we already went through. So we're not going to repeat the ones we've already done. We're just going to hit the new ones. Taylor Swift though, last year the odds were plus 920 on Kelsey proposing to Swift after the game. Odds changed a little bit this year. It is plus 750 instead of 920. Plus 750. For Kelsey to propose to Swift after the game. What do you guys think? Is it? Are you betting that? Like, because to me, he's been with her almost 2 years now. It's getting close to like a time where you could start thinking about that. But I just don't know if that's going to happen on the Super Bowl stage. So I don't know. It's a weird one. The heavy favorite's still no. No is minus 1,500. So again, not one that you should really probably put money on because you're not going to really get any money back for it. But if you think that she's getting proposed to, again, not a bad bet to throw down, possibly. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Joey's like, I don't fucking care.
No chance.
No chance from Ryan. What do you think?
I gotta read the details of the bet. Because technically, I would take the bet because he's going to propose to her after the Super Bowl at some point, right?
Right? Yeah,
No, but it
Joey's
says
like,
it does specifically say
fine
after the
print?
game. Like, so I think it's going to have to be like
It's
within.
going to be like that
While the
day.
confetti's falling
Yeah.
in the stadium.
Got to be like
Gotta see
when
the
they're coming over
details.
for the Disney commercial and like, Kelsey Swift, where are you guys going? And
You,
then he
sir.
turns around and says, I'm going to Disney World with my new fiance or
thinking
something
about
like
that.
that. That could be a cute little moment, but I just don't see it
If
happening.
literally was written as will propose after the Super Bowl,
Hey.
you could make that bet and then sue the shit out of whoever you made a bet with if you had the legal ability to do it.
It's a love story, baby. Just say yes. I'm going with it. Go with it. Let's
Joey
go.
said, I love
I
love.
like it. Joey loves love. He
Let's
does.
go.
I'm not. I wish I could be as enthusiastic as Joey is, but I'm gonna go with no, simply due to the fact that Taylor Swift does not seem like one that is overly concerned with the amount of fame that she has. She seems pretty humble for the amount of success she's had. And I get the feeling if they are talking about getting engaged, she probably told him, I will freaking kill you if you propose
At the
Super Bowl. Like, she seems like somebody that would rather, like, they can afford it, so on some private island with their closest friends, and, like, that's when you do it. Like, don't you dare do it when, 30-something million people around the world are watching. So I'm going to go with no.
All right. So now we're just going to run through some more, although, T Swift too being there, I just think it helps Kelsey play even better. I just think it elevates his game. But either way, closet Swifty, I can't help it. We're gonna hit up some other game stuff here. So, like I said, we're just gonna run through the ones we haven't talked about yet, real quick. Plus 1,700. Any player to score 75-yard receiving TD. Receiving, so it's not Barkley breaking one for a run.
No.
I'm saying no as well.
Ryan?
Yeah. Yes.
You say yes, 75
Wow.
yard plus receiving touchdown?
All right.
Yeah.
Either QB to throw for 5+ TDs.
No.
No.
I'm gonna say no as well. I think that's too big, and these run games are too good. So I think you're gonna Saquon Barkley and Kareem Hunt to combine for 200+ rushing yards is plus 550.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody
I'm
should
saying
take
yes.
that bet. I think that's if you do it. Probably
Yeah.
one of the easier bets you can make of the Super Bowl.
You can't say that because the Spagnuolo defense have not given up 100 yards ever with the Chiefs in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Saquon to record 25+ rushing yards in each quarter, plus 750.
No.
That would mean he breaks 100 though.
Not necessarily. That means he could pop off for 80 and a quarter, 21 quarter.
No, it's 25
He's
in
just saying
each
if
quarter.
he did do 25 a quarter, he would break 100.
Yes.
Correct. But
But no.
I'll go no.
I'm going to say no as
No.
well, Ryan.
No.
All right. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Patrick Mahomes combined for 5+ passing touchdowns.
Why Saquon on that?
Because
Plus 7,000.
they're waiting for a Philly special or something again.
Yes.
But it's combined, so he doesn't even have to throw for one if Mahomes and Hurts combined for 5+.
I'll say yes on that.
How much was the plus?
Plus 7,000.
So you put $10 on that. Mahomes and
Hurts have to combine for 5+ passing TDs.
that sounds like a good one. I might go throw money on right now.
All right.
Seriously.
So it sounds like he likes
Hurts
it.
could
I
throw
would
for
put
2.
money on that one.
Hurts could throw for 2. Mahomes could throw for 3.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley to score an octopus.
What the hell is that?
So let me explain. An octopus is a touchdown and then a 2-point conversion.
Why is that an octopus?
Because it's 8 points.
For 8 tentacles. That's pretty stupid. but
So it's
okay.
if he runs one in and then they hand it to him and he gets the 2-point conversion, will he get an octopus?
I'm going no.
I'm also going to go no.
It's got to be the same, right? He can't get a 2-point conversion
Later.
later.
No,
Okay.
it's got to be the same. It's got to be he scores a touchdown and then gets that 2-point conversion.
I'll go no.
Hurts had-
I'm going to go no.
Ryan.
I'm gonna. Yes, Hurts had 1 or 2 of them in the last Super Bowl they played. I forget.
This
It was
is
either 1
Barkley,
or
not
2.
Hurts, though.
Oh, Barkley, no chance.
Okay.
Tush push.
Plus 2,000 on that, though. Super Bowl record. Any player to rush for 205+ rushing yards. That's a Super Bowl record is 205. Does anybody do that? It says any player, so it could be Kareem Hunt, it could be Pacheco, it could be anybody out there. Could be Jalen Hurts. Plus 650. What do you think? I'm saying no. I think 205 is a monster number, and I know Barkley got it last week, but last week. This is a Super Bowl. I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm going no.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to go no.
All right. 65+ yard field goal to be kicked. Plus 3,800.
You got to be careful to be scored.
Well, yeah, so it's got to count. Like, yeah, you can't miss it. But plus 3,800, it's a nice little bet.
Yeah, if Aubrey was kicking, I'd say yes.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going
I'm
to
going to
say
say
no.
no.
Jake Elliott has 1 in his career, but I'm going no.
Yeah, he's also like 30% from 50+ for the season.
And then any non-QB to record a passing TD. I think you asked us that one
we are.
before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no.
So we're going down to the next bracket. Any defensive player to return an interception for a touchdown, plus 600.
I'm going to say no because I think both teams are very smart with the ball.
600 for pick 6. Sure, no.
Either QB to catch their own pass. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan, not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying yes, pick 6.
Okay. All right. Yes, on a pick 6. Either QB to catch their own pass, meaning ball gets batted back and they catch it. Plus 5,000.
No.
I'm saying no as well.
No.
All right. We swept the nose there. Either team to record 7+ sacks, plus 750.
No.
I'm going no. That's a lot of sacks.
It's a lot of sacks.
Yeah, no.
No.
All right. Barkley to score a TD with his first rushing attempt, plus 5,000.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, but
We've seen it happen.
I'll say no.
No.
I'm only going to say no because I really think that they're just going to sell out to stop Barkley and force
I think so too.
Hurts to beat him.
Speaking of that, next one, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes to combined for 100+ rushing yards, plus 900.
No.
I'm going to say yes. Especially with the pressure Mahomes may be under, he's going to be happy if he may get out of the pocket and do some more running. I'm going to say yeah.
I would put money down on that one.
Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I would take that.
All right. Super Bowl record. Either QB to record 7+ passing TDs, plus 50,000.
Nick
No.
Foles isn't playing this game, so no, it's not happening.
That might be, if you put $1 down on that, you're still making bank. Like, yeah, it
Oh.
could be one of those things that's just worth it. Like, that's the biggest odds we've seen on anything so far. Next one, Super Bowl record. Any player to record 506 plus passing yards.
No.
That's again
No
Super Bowl
chance.
record. No, but it is plus 18,000, so that's another big one. Super Bowl record, any player to record 216 plus receiving yards. This is plus 3,000.
No.
I'm saying no as well. That's a lot of receiving yards.
Ryan?
Oh, no.
All right.
All right, let's rapid fire this here, guys. We're a little too delayed in these.
Nolan Smith to record a sack and Quinnen Mitchell to record an interception plus 1,200. I'm saying no, that's too specific.
No.
No.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, why the hell?
All right. Now, this next one's interesting. Plus 17,500. Will the correct score repeat? Chiefs 38, Eagles 35. It's plus 17,500. That's, if the game falls the same way, that's a big time bet.
I mean, since I think the
I'm
Eagles
saying no.
Yeah, I think the Eagles win, I'm going to say no.
No.
All right.
No.
And then just a couple of unique ones, and then we're done here. Any offensive lineman to score a TD? We kind of went over that before with the big man TD. We're going to also probably say no on that because we went no on
Correct,
the 300-plus pounders. Either QB to catch a pass from any player. We talked about that already. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts combined for 6-plus passing and rushing TDs. I'm going to say yes.
interesting. That's
that I would put
interesting.
money on.
Plus 320 on that.
Ryan, what do you think? They can
What was that?
It's Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts combined for six, right?
Total
Six
touchdowns.
total touchdowns between passing and rushing.
Yeah, I would throw money on that
At
one.
plus 320? Yeah, I'd put money on that.
Kelsey to score a rushing and a receiving TD plus 3,900.
No.
I don't know. That I would consider that one. I was just looking at that one going down FanDuel as you were going, and you could get that little that pass, that those little dives on the 2-yard line. But I might consider that one.
All right.
Yes, I'll take.
So you'll take the plus 3,900. Next one, AJ Brown, Travis Kelsey, Dallas Goedert, and Devontae Smith each recorded TD plus 1,300.
No.
I'm gonna say no because that's
Too
four
specific.
players to each. Yeah, it's too specific. I'm gonna say no.
Those odds aren't high enough for me to put money on that.
No.
Well, speaking of what we kind of brushed on before with Saquon, it is
there
Jalen
you
Hurts to score an octopus plus 2,700.
That I would put money on. That tush push is within 2 yards is almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
I'm
with Dave.
gonna go no. Same with Barkley. I think if one gets a touchdown, the other one may get the 2 point. I think they're gonna mix it up a little bit. So I'm gonna say no. Any player to record 15 plus receptions plus 2,400 would
That's
be a
lot
Super
of
Bowl
catch.
Joe
15 Super Bowl
just
record.
shook his head. He's like, I'm not even wasting my breath on saying no on that one. But yeah, we're clean sweeping that one.
No.
Barkley to record 169 plus rushing yards. Kind of talked about this already, but that's plus 500. And the last one I'll throw out here, Dallas Goedert. Well, I have one more after this that's not on here. Dallas Goedert to record 5 plus rushing yards and 5 plus receptions. Or is it 6 plus? 6 plus receptions. So 5 plus rushing yards and 6 plus receptions. Plus 470. How much faith you got
I
in
think the
Goddard?
6+ receptions is easy, but the 5 rushing yards, I just don't see how their offense sets that up.
Agree.
He had 2 rushes, and he had 2 rushing attempts in the last game for 10 yards
There you go.
against the Commanders.
And then the last one I'm going to throw out, I don't have the odds in front of me for, but I did see the over-under on amount of times they're going to show Taylor Swift, I think is like 10
9.
or 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the over.
I'm taking the under.
I'm saying if you think Kelsey's having a big game, take the over. So I'll take over.
Yeah, it's directly connected to Kelsey, but
And then one that's not a prop bet, but it's just fun for us to talk about here because nobody talks more WNBA than us. What do you guys think? Kaylin Clark in the booth with her watching the game? I'm going to say yes.
No.
No.
I'm going to say yes. I'll go with you. We got 2 yeses, 2 nos. Might as well keep everybody on their toes. Boom! Poland, and I didn't even know. What up?
Boom. Well,
The
listen.
belly's
Oh,
growling. It's getting ready.
Yeah.
Why not end on a cool rhyme by me? Yeah, that's probably the most appropriate.
So shout out to anybody who's rocking with us in the chat or watching us live. We really appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe button, share. Do those things for us. We really appreciate it. It just helps us grow, and it's free to do. And if you're watching us anyway, what's the harm? Hit that like button.
Let's get it.
So yeah. But thank you, Ryan, for joining us tonight, talking some Super Bowl, and getting in on some of these fun prop bets with us. Because again, this is to me part of the fun, and this gets a lot of people interested too in the game that wouldn't necessarily be interested in it. Because a lot of fun things to watch out for. So thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you, Ryan. We'll talk with you soon, bud.
See you guys.
And yeah, I guess that's going to about do it for us here as we talked, game. We talked everything already. So why don't we tell them where we can find us? Let's get the heck out of here.
Yeah, baby. I'm on that Instagram at JoeyDoth47. The DOH stands for Die on This Hill.
Let's go.
Where can they find you at?
I still can't believe that it took Joey having that handle for like 3 weeks before I realized what Doth stood for. Like, really, that's still embarrassing to me. But you can find me on Twitter, David Hastings23. You can find me on Instagram, DHastings23. And most importantly, Die on This Hill.
Boom. Yeah, you can find me at The Living Legend on X. Follow Louie at Louie Dude on Instagram. And as always, follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Die on This Hill. And until next time, as we like to say, don't be afraid to have an opinion, especially on the Super Bowl. Get excited. And, die on this hill with us.
Go Chiefs.
Good game. Just want a good game.
Fuck the Eagles.